Now what happens with most people is that they think of an idea and imagine that this will change the world, change people's lives, and then what they do is lock themselves up in a room and then try to develop an app or a website or a platform, and then after 3 months of a lot of hard work launch it into the market. But there is a high chance that this product will fail and will not satisfy customer requirements. This is because of three main reasons. Number one is that it lacks a strong market research and customer feedback. Second is that there is a high chance that the problem that you are solving will become obsolete after 3 months. And finally, that your competitors will have outperformed you. Now starting with the first, which is lack of strong market research and customer adoption. Now it's never about what you're trying to sell or what you think the customers need or what is making you a profit. It is always about what brings value to the customers. What is it that the customers need? So here, empathy is the key. You need to listen to your customers. Your product should solve a problem. So for this, do a strong market research, identify your target segment and identify their problems. Then quickly develop an MVP, which is a minimum viable product of all the essential features of your solution, and launch the first version of your solution. That may be an app or a website or an application. Let customers take a first-hand look at your solution. Let them interact with your product. Draw insights from their experiences and based on their feedback, quickly iterate over the existing product and come out with a newer version. What you also need to know is that during this entire process, your support and cooperation is only what the customers would love to have. Now, talking about the competition, you need to respect your competition in the market and study what they bring to the table. Identify what is their unique selling point, what is their storyline that connects them to their customers. Now based on this, you need to identify what are the gaps that these existing solutions have left where your solution can come in and provide a solution. So highlight your differences from the competitors to have an advantage above them. For example, is your product cheaper? Do you have a better quality, or is it the speed of execution? So whatever is your unique value proposition will push you above your competitors. For example, consider the smartphone industry. The smartphone industry is very congested. There are a lot of competitors out there, but each of these top brands has created a niche for themselves. For example, when you think of Apple, you think of premium smartphones with the best high-end features possible. On the other hand, when you think of Xiaomi, you are thinking of budget phones with all the essential features packed in. So as we can see that each of these top market players in the smartphone industry have created a niche for themselves and are continuing to survive in this competitive industry. Now having said that, if you are into a particular market segment, then you should also consider to adapt to different market segments. You should not restrict yourselves to one. For example, if your target segment is men in the age of 25 to 35, try tailoring your platform so that it becomes more suitable for other age segments as well. Or for example, if you are in the pet industry and if your solution targets dogs, then also try to develop a solution that helps cats with the same method. In this way, your solution will now come up with more and more features which will help you outperform your competitors. Now, a major problem happens when the customer is unhappy or does not like the product or is particularly angry with the product. Now, what to do in such a situation? The first thing to do is you need to patiently listen to all that the customer wants to say. Once the customer is done, use your own intellect to decide whether or not you agree with the customer. If you do agree with the customer and you think you are at fault, then you should do all that you can to compensate for the customer's inconvenience. On the other hand, if you think that you do not agree with the customer and that you are right, then you should be honest about it and talk to them. You need to explain to them that why you cannot offer certain services that they wish to have and what is a way in which they could avoid such bad experiences in the future. Also, many of us might think that it might be wrong to disagree with the customers, but the advantage you have is of being historically correct and building a strong foundation for your company.